Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to make these cute shaker tags using two different methods, using the Say What gift tag set and the Mama Elephant Reindeer Fun. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the outline of the tag. As you can see, I'm just going to die cut this 8 times for the first tag that I'm going to show you. We're going to be using a layering method to do so. So I needed 8 of the outer tags and then 2 of the frames. This way I can make sure everything is layered and nothing will fall out. I also cut out a clear piece of acetate using the stencil as well. So now I'm just going to take the sky blue pro marker to colour in my background of my tag. You could obviously use blue cardstock, but I don't necessarily have coloured cardstock. I tend to just buy white and then I can make it whatever colour I want. So I'm just going to colour the background in. I'm just going to insert some music while I do this. So once I've done that, I'm just going to take my dot liner and I'm going to start adding the frames to the background of the tag. So I'm just going to go around at the edges and make sure I got enough adhesive on these so they stick. And I'm just going to repeat the process, and we're just going to keep building this up until we get enough dimensions so when we put our sequins inside the card it will move around. So I'm just going to keep doing that, and I'm going to insert some music for that. So once I've done that, I'm just going to start by adding the backing of this so you can't see my colouring again. Obviously if you use cardstock you won't necessarily need to do this, but I did. And then I'm just going to take my little star die from the set and I'm just going to put this through my die cut so we have a little bit more for my shaker card. You don't have to do this, you could just use sequins and glitter, but I wanted to add something white into this and I don't necessarily have anything white. So as you can see, I just die cut that twice and I think it's really cute. So I'm just going to poke that out with a poker tool from a nail art set that I bought. And there we have it. So I'm now going to take the piece of acetate that I die cut earlier using the outer stitched die, as you can see. And I'm just going to adhere that to that. And then I'm just going to add my sequins. So I'm using the sequins that I got from the range and I'm just using these holographic clear ones. And I've also added in the stars that we just die cutted earlier. I'm going to put some in here and then I'm just going to like shake it a little bit to see if it'll move. And we got some movement, so we're fine. So I can put my clear acetate over the top. And when you're doing this, just make sure you have enough adhesive to make sure it does stick, because I've done this before thinking that I've got it right and then obviously it came back out straight away. So as you can see, we've now got our shaker tag. So I also die cut another frame just so I could have a better finish over the acetate so you couldn't necessarily see it. So I'm just going to adhere that to the top of that. So now I'm just going to take the small reindeer from the Mama Elephant Reindeer Fun set, and I'm just going to use my stamping platform to make sure I get a good image. I'm going to use my TUXEDO Memento ink, and I'm going to double stamp that. So now I'm just going to colour this in. So all of the colours I'll be using will be up on the screen, and also where to skip to for after the colouring. So once I finish colouring that in, I'm just going to take my die cut, which coordinates with the set. I'm just going to die cut that out. I'm working at my placement, and once I'm happy, I'm just going to adhere that using my dot liner. So I'm just going to adhere that to the front of the shaker tag. I'm not going to push down too hard just because otherwise it'll stop all the sequins inside from moving. So I'm just going to lightly press that on, and as you can see, we now have a shaker tag. So that's the first tag that we've made. Now I'm going to show you how to make a second one. Also, on the back of this, I really recommend doing this before you put everything together. I didn't realise this until the very end because I found it a little bit difficult. So I'm taking the tiny tag saying, and I'm taking the happy holidays sentiment, and I struggled to stamp this onto the back of this just because of all the layers and whatnot. So I do recommend stamping everything you need to before you put it together. I'm also going to take to and from that set as well, and I'm just going to stamp that on the back as well. So once I've done that, I'm now going to take some fun foam. This is the second way we're going to do this, so I'm going to use the outer tag again. Just put that through my die cut. As you can see, it didn't actually cut all the way through, so I did end up taking my craft knife just to make sure I could get this out. If you have a big shot, I don't think that it'll be a problem at all. I think it'll just cut straight away, but I don't have a big shot. I just have a mini die cutter, so, you know, it's a little bit harder. So I'm just using my crafting knife to take this out and my poker tool. So once I managed to get that sorted, I've cut out 2 backings and 2 shields, as you can see. So I'm just going to get rid of the little dots inside the top of the tag, and I'm now going to start to colour in the back again. So I'll be taking the colour royal blue, and we're just going to colour the back in again. So once I've done that, I'm just going to take a white gel pen. I'm just going to add dots to the back of this to look like snow. You don't have to do this, you can skip this step if you want to. I just wanted to add something in the background. It's basically all about your personal preference. So now I'm just going to take the back tag of this and I'm just going to adhere it to the back of it just to cover up my colouring so you can't see it. Again, if you're going to be using coloured cardstock, you won't necessarily need to do this step, you can just pass this. But I wanted my thing to look a little bit crisp and clean, so I took another tag and just adhere it. So once I've done that, you can see the front and the back are totally different. And considering I learned from my mistake for the first one, I'm going to be stamping before I build this up into the shaker tag. So I'm just taking all 3 of these 2 from and the Merry Wishes. And I'm also going to be taking some Memento ink in the shade Bahama Blue. So now I'm just going to take another one of the reindeers from the Reindeer Fun set, and I'm just going to stamp it again with my Memento ink. This one has the one with the fairy lights around the antlers. Honestly, you can use any, but that's up to you. And once I've done that, I'm just going to colour that in. So again, I'll just leave the colours on screen and a time frame where to skip to if you don't want to watch the colouring. just going to die cut that, and then I'm also going to die cut some little hearts from the set as well. I'm then going to bring in the foam piece that we've done, and I'm just going to adhere this with my dot roller. So I'm just going to adhere that all together, and I'm just going to put my sequins and my little heart confetti that we just die cut earlier, and then I'm just going to get some clear acetate and adhere that on top. It's very simple, but I do prefer the layering method compared to the foam method, just because I think that using the layering method you get a better clear look, whereas this one it's a little bit rough in my perspective, but maybe that's just my foam, I don't know. Maybe you can make it better. And that's it. I'm just going to adhere the image on top and then add some twine, and that's pretty much it, guys. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe and comment, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.